Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Your man Jamal Doman at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
At Tobe Hixx, TOBEHIXX.
You can check us out at Instagram, Twitter, Dope Dealers Podcast, at Dope Dealers. That's Dope Dealers with an S Podcast. What's up, Tobe Hixx? Is going down?
Oh, man. Just glad to be here. It was a great Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day.
All the fallen soldiers.
All our fallen heroes, past and present, man. We love you guys, man. We do it for the armed forces.
We know y'all be listening all over the world. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the Bloods, and the Crips.
Absolutely, man. You know how we do, man. So I hope I didn't get no barbecue. Well, it seemed like nobody was cooking out yesterday in LA. Nobody was cooking out, man.
No, we just weren't invited, motherfucker.
Is that what it was?
People cooking out. Yeah, I smelled smoke in the
shit.
Air. Yeah. Just wasn't nobody familiar with me that I could go over there. I smelled the smoke in the air.
Oh man, I went to Tender Greens yesterday. Had to get some. Ain't nobody. But anyway,
Tender. What's that? That's the healthy spot.
Yeah. It's great. It's expensive, but it's good. Tender Greens.
What'd you get there?
I got you get a plate. I got the salmon with the mashed potatoes and a side of green salad. So it was good. It's expensive. They're expensive, but
how much was that?
Like $16.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, I catch my own motherfucking thing. No, that ain't bad though. $16.
Yeah, I mean, you treat yourself every once in a while. Dope independent music. That is the homie Pro Hayes. That's a new guy, man. Pro Hayes.
Where's he out of?
You know what? I didn't find out where he out of. I'll probably know by the end of the show.
Okay,
but that's his new song, Overdose. Okay. So shout out to Pro Hayes for showing us love, man. You know how we do, man. Dope independent music, man. If you have some independent music you want us to play, just send it to us. Just simply send it to us, and we will play it for you, man. That's how we do it. So shout out to Pro Hayes, man, and check him out on Instagram at Pro Hayes, PROHAIZE. Tobe Hixx, we have one of the comedy legends in the house today, man. One of the ones who inspired us, man.
Yeah, one of the OGs. OGGGG.
Yes, man. That's what we love about this show, man. We talk about everything, man. We talk sports, politics, but as you know, me and Tobe Hixx are comedians, man, and we've been in the game for a while, man, and so we know comedy. We live and breathe comedy. So it's always good when we can bring some of our heroes on, up on the show, man, and just talk about the game, man. Just talk about what they got going on, and let me tell you, so many backstories in this comedy game. I know some of our regulars have listened to us, and so we talked about it. I mean, when John Witherspoon cussed Tobe Hixx out, and when Tobe Hixx and Tommy Davidson almost came to blows. So yeah, it's real, and it's urban comedy game. We have one of the queens of the game in here. So let's no further ado. Let's bring her right to Tobe. Let's bring her right up, man. Introduce her.
Oh man, she's born and raised in L.A. Yeah, and that's two women back to back.
Yeah, two women that's born and raised. Two comics. We'll talk to her more about that.
Yeah, it's two back to back.
L.A. raised. I forgot that.
Yeah, that's remarkable. How that worked out. Mm-hmm. Just one of the veterans. To the older audience members that we got, around our age, you remember her. You remember her from BET's Comic View,
yes.
multiple seasons, and you know how they aired that shit 10,000 times. Mm-hmm. So from Def Comedy Jam, like I said, born and raised in L.A., Miss Hope Flood.
Yes.
Hey, y'all.
You get the bell, Hope.
Yeah. I got your teacher's bell. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for the intro, and thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I do have one correction. I was raised in L.A. I was born in Michigan, but
okay.
I've been in L.A. since I was 6.
Okay, well, you
LA.
LA.
So I'm from LA.
I
went to LA High. So, I'm LA. I'm LA all the way. I've been here since elementary school.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is our honor, man. Always, to bring the comics in the game. So I just my first question, how do a young lady born in Michigan came to LA at 6? How do you get into stand-up comedy? How did that happen?
Oh wow. Well, I've been in every school play, every talent show. I was voted class clown in school. You know the regular
Oh,
stuff
okay,
that we
yeah.
all are and everything. And so I really wanted to be a lawyer. Okay, so
Whoa.
but I discovered stand-up comedy. Well, let me say this. I wanted to be in the business somehow, either a journalist or a lawyer, but I also mostly did skits like in Living Color and Mad TV, those kinds of Saturday Night Live skits. And then I discovered stand up later, and I went to a club in Redondo Beach, and D.L. Hughley was the host. I saw a girl there. Her name was Kim Tavares. I saw
Okay.
her.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
remember. Kim.
Yeah, I saw Kim, and I had never seen live stand up comedy from a black perspective. I had never seen that. And so I was like, oh, I think I could do this. And I went to DL and I said, I think I could do this. He said, well, come back next week. I said, give me 2 weeks. He said, okay. Came back 2 weeks later. I had all my friends. They had been waiting on it, family, and
What?
they showed up. I did 15 minutes of something, and I wrote material. I went out and studied and everything, and I wrote some material, I guess. And DL said, is this your first time on stage? I was like, well, yes, doing stand-up. He said, man, when you get where you're going to be amazing. And here we are, 30 years later.
Whoa. You get yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
30 years later.
Yes.
Thank you.
What okay, that wasn't because I know DL was doing a comedy
And
act
not
theater.
not a lot of people can say their first show was with. I mean, with
Yeah,
D.L.
that's
Houston. That's remarkable.
Yeah, it is. No, DL hadn't. The comedy act.
Was
No,
had
he
Ro-
wasn't No, he didn't host the comedy act until Robin passed.
Oh, that was Robin. Yeah,
Yeah,
Robin. That's
Robin
right.
passed in 1990, which was really the next year.
Right,
So I
okay.
started in September of '89, and then Robin passed October of '90.
Okay. Okay. So what was the what okay, you starting comedy, you doing it. What was your mindset? It was it like, okay, at what point did you
Was
think,
you all in at the beginning?
did you
or-
what point did you think, okay, I want to do this for the rest of my life?
Well, I was going around to other comedy clubs afterward because you get the fever
Yeah.
and everything. Get the mic, that microphone. That bitch is jealous.
Yes,
and
I call it crack.
she's-
I call it
I
crack.
became
They
a
can't put-
mic whore.
They can't put the crack the mic crack pipe down.
Yes. And so I was like, let me go to the round. And I wasn't really getting on. And so I said, well, how can I get on? And so I said, where is the power at? You always got to look for how to gain power and stuff,
That's a woman. A
Yeah, how to
woman
get
like, hold
power.
on, where the power
Where
at?
the power at? How do I get recognized? And so I went and got my own comedy room and made it the hottest night in the country for 7 years, which was the Townhouse. And we groomed
Right.
comedians.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I started AJ Johnson and
Yes.
Mad Marv and
remember, yeah.
all of those comics came through there. People would come from out of town just to come to our
Oh,
club.
I remember I got to LA in 97, 97, 98.
Yeah.
I remember doing the
Yeah,
Townhouse.
Chris Tucker, all of them.
Yeah.
And
Hey, you remember that time we went on the road?
Yup.
Me, you, Mad Marv, and who else was?
we went to
We went to the
picked you up,
Midwest.
but we
went to
picked you up in Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, I think.
No, we went. I think we
We
all
went to
left.
Waterloo.
Yeah, we went to
It
Waterloo.
was your little tour. You
Yeah,
had a
we
little
went
tour
to
going.
Omaha,
Yeah,
and then we went to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
in a car. We just
Yeah.
riding around.
Whoa.
But the funny part was that I remember Mad Marv. He met this girl in my hometown in Omaha. She was cool, whatever. And I never will forget. He gave her his jacket in the middle of the winter, and we had to take off. Like he was like, "No, you keep my jacket or whatever." And we was like, "Damn, Marv, it's the middle of the winter out here." Marv gave up his jacket to
Gave
the
up
bride.
a jacket to the hoe. That's some
that
good
shit
pussy
was
right
Marv,
there. You gave up your
Marv from
jacket.
LA, he don't know how cold it
No,
gets.
he
Did
knew
he know?
it was
It
winter.
was cold.
Shit.
It was
Yeah.
winter. It was cold. Yeah.
The Townhouse, oh man, I'm going to tell you, the Townhouse. So I got out here like 97, 98. I remember I used to go there. I forgot who was doing it around that time, but
I think Ronaldo had it after, and then Michael
Yeah.
Collier did.
yeah, it was around,
Yeah.
it was like
but-
Ronaldo,
yeah,
Michael.
But nobody did it like us. This was
Yeah.
before Comic View. This was before
Yeah.
Def Jam.
Yeah.
Before people were famous, other than the people who were famous, like Martin used to come through there, Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence, and people like that. But this is before.
And this is the
fame.
Townhouse, for people who know the Townhouse in Inglewood, California.
Yes.
But I remember I didn't have a car, so I went there. I caught the 212, take you down La Brea,
212.
and cut you drops you off right there, and you got to walk like a mile to the townhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and AJ Johnson, little brother, remember his
Peanut.
Peanut.
Peanut,
Yeah.
and I was kind of new, and Peanut was just starting out, and it was this girl in there, and I'm young, I'm fresh out in LA, I'm young, I'm in my 20s, and it was an older woman there, and me and her, I guess me and Peanut was both trying to like
Holla at her?
holler at her in some type of way.
It was so many hoes up
Yeah,
in
yeah.
town.
That
Yeah.
used to be the spot.
And I
Yeah.
remember she had a nice ass on. I remember chocolate. So anyway, she chose me. At the end of the night, she chose me. Peanut was a little bit, mad about it, but I was like, "Oh, it is what it is." And I remember I wasn't driving at the time. She took me back to her place. Okay. Like she had this little beat down car, and I remember we stopped at 7-Eleven. I got some condoms because it was already official. We already kind of
y'all gonna do it. Okay.
Man, I remember I wore her ass. I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I was in my
How
prime.
old is she like about?
This is funny.
This nigga said I was in my
I'm telling you,
prime.
I always remember the story. And I met her at the townhouse. And I wore her. I remember I was wearing her ass. I remember she told me, let's take a break. I need some water. And I'm like in the middle. I'm like, no. She's like, motherfucker, I'm 40 years old.
Oh,
I need some water. And I was like,
Hell, man.
and I was like, because I'm mid-20s. I'm in the middle of it,
Yeah.
So I always the townhouse. That was some good times.
Yeah,
the
it was
townhouse.
town. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And that was. I remember that room. It was a tough room, but it was a type when they loved you, they loved you.
Oh
They
yeah,
loved you.
it was a tough room,
Yeah.
but you got them.
Comics would come through there and you want to go on? And they're like, no. And then they walk the room, see all the women, be like, I'll do 5. Arnez J, Earthquake, Pierre, Joe Torry, TK Kirkland, Faison and Chris Tucker got into a bagging session. Classic stuff. Jamie introduced the Wanda character in our room.
Wow.
People were running out of the aisles, throwing up, laughing at it. Was the Wanda character started off as 2 ugly women sitting in the front row at a comedy club ducking because they didn't want the comedians talking about them. And he made the face and all of that stuff, and we are hollering and everything. Rodney Winfield, Ronaldo Ray,
the great
Robin
Rodney,
Harris.
yeah.
I can go on and on. All the people who used to come through. Ricky Harris, may he rest well. Rest
in
well,
peace,
Rick.
Ricky Harris,
T.J. McGee, may he rest
May
well.
he rest. Yeah, we just
Did
for him.
James Hanna may rest. I'm doing all the people
Yes.
that's dead and stuff or whatever. But everybody, Melanie Camacho, all of them used to come through.
Melody's still alive.
Now
Yes.
I heard of a story that happened at the townhouse. I don't know if it was at your night. It was the Joe Torry story. Did you?
When
was that-
Joe got our club shot up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was our night.
that was your night. Joe has told me the story.
He did.
He told me the story, but you wanna.
I'll tell you the real story. I'll tell you what Joe lied about. Okay, so Joe had me. The Comedy Act Theater was going on. They had another one in Atlanta, and so Joe was best friends with this guy Rex Garvin, who had married Richard Pryor's ex-wife, the young one. I forgot her name, but anyway. And so, because she thought he was going to blow up. So she's like, And so Joe asked me to let him host in L.A. He was the shit in Atlanta. But he came to L.A. and he was horrible. They hated him.
That's not Joe. You talking about the guy?
The guy he
Rex.
let, Rex.
Rex.
And Joe started going around to every table telling people to shut the fuck up. I said, Joe, you can't do that. He's not funny. And so Joe was like, well, let me go up. So he went up and he started talking about people. And this one guy, he started talking about, and the guy's like, Joe said something about his mama. And the guy said, don't talk about my mama.
Yeah.
My mama just died.
Yeah.
Joe said, I don't give a fuck. We'll dig that bitch up and find some jokes on her. And,
Yup.
God, it was
what?
young dude. And we had to put him out the club.
Yeah.
And then he came back. I'm over in the corner after the show is over. I'm in the corner cussing Joe ass out, going off on him. Next thing we know, I hear pop, 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 pop. I said, who is throwing firecrackers in the club?
Oh shit!
Guy was shooting, and we had to duck and everything. One of my friends got shot in the leg. The bullet went through.
Yeah.
We had to let him in the club free for a year so he wouldn't sue us.
Oh,
it was
shit.
crazy fun. It
Damn.
was crazy fun.
Yup.
I missed those days.
Oh
Those
my
were the-
Damn, that's
God.
some
those were
good
the
shit.
days.
The
That nigga
infamous
took
Joe.
interest for a year over
Yeah.
hospital care.
Then he started bringing other people. I was like, "No, nigga, you the one got shot. They didn't get shot. They got to pay." day.
Oh,
Because I mean, the
man.
club could only hold 100 people
Yeah.
or more,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So we couldn't keep allowing everybody to move, you know, come in for free. We were trying to. We started off free for a while, then we went to $3, then we started $5. I think in the 7 years we might have got to $10 eventually, but you know that was back in the day when people weren't famous, so you just couldn't charge a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But you saw the best comedians grow and develop into, and we would be there to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll just put people up. If you want to go up, I was the one.
Yeah.
I'll put you up. I didn't care. And then after the show, it was me, Speedy, my partner Juan Dexter, Jamie, and AJ, and all of us. We used to do another show outside of the show. We'd be out there 4 o'clock in the morning, bagging on each other,
Yeah.
clowning,
Yeah.
and that's when it was fun. These young
Yeah.
comics now, they get so offended and they so
Exactly.
sensitive, and
Yeah.
you know they don't want nobody saying nothing to them, talking about them, and it was all love, you know,
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
then, and
yeah.
you know it was just love, yeah.
It's definitely a different time. Now Comic View came about. You were there when Comic View kind of came into formation.
Fruition.
Fruition,
No,
yeah.
not really.
That's
Well,
our Philadelphia public school education.
that's okay.
Yeah, he
that's
fucks
fine.
up something every
Yeah,
week.
Every week,
he
it's
fucks up
fine.
something.
And I'm
What-
always
what-
correcting
what word
people. I
did
need
I
to stop
fuck up
that
last
shit.
week?
A whole bunch of them. You read some shit.
A horn fucked me up.
Yeah.
Now who?
Horn.
Hope a horn. It was a. That wasn't a word. What word did I
Hey,
fuck up?
Harmon?
That was somewhere else. You fucked that up.
It was. It
You
was.
fuck up
A-
words everywhere you
H-
go.
Congenital. Oh, that's what fucked me up last week. What did I get? A horn?
No, you
nigga?
saying it okay now? No, you.
You didn't say
Yeah,
that.
I congenital. Yeah, I fucked
There's
it up.
congenital and then there's congenital.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I called it continental
Yeah,
or
man.
something. I
He
fucked
said
it all.
some dumb
But,
shit.
but go ahead. We was talking about the
Oh,
formation.
fruition.
Fruition. That's
Fruition.
right. How you spell fruition? I want to add it.
Fruition.
Okay, I'm gonna add that into my.
Yeah, repertoire
Yeah.
words. Comic View was created for DL. That was his show.
Yeah.
And he did it for 2 years, and then whatever happened, he left it, and they turned it into a competition.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
first 2 years, the producers and the people who were running it didn't want me and Cheryl Underwood to do it. We were best friends at the time. They didn't want us to do it. They thought we were too blue and things like that. So we couldn't do it. And so when Cedric became the host, we were like, who is this Cedric guy? And why you get somebody all the way from St. Louis? There's comics right here could host. And so we were like, we're going to go to the show and we're going to heckle
Oh,
him.
shit.
We're going to heckle Cedric. You know, and I'm saying this to prove a point to people that sometimes just show up. Just show up to stuff. You know, you never know. And so we sit in the Harleys, we heckling Cedric and like, where's the out? And then they had fired the old talent coordinator and producer and had a new one. And like I said, shout out, may he rest in peace, TJ McGee, who is my church member. We grew up in church together.
Yes.
He came to us and he says, hey, the producers want you guys to do the show. And we're like, yeah, they said they fired the old people and they want y'all to do the show. We're like, sure. They're like, but you know, we were like, just tell us what to do. Because what comics need to realize is that you cannot write jokes and the punchline is profanity. It's not going anywhere. And you can't do churches. You can't do anything clean if that's the case. So it's like, do I have to curse? No, I just like to curse, and it's the seasoning. Can you have chicken without seasoning? Yeah, you can have it, but it changes the flavor to me. It doesn't make it flavorful. Flavorful. Yeah, now you got me fucking up. It makes it flavoral, flavory. Okay, I'll just say flavory,
Yeah.
and everything. And so we did it for 10 years straight after that. You know, we even did a 1 hour special. One year they gave 1 hour specials, and
remember,
we all
yeah.
did 1
Yeah, I
hour
remember.
specials. It was me, Cheryl, Damon, B. Cole, and Montana Taylor, who I don't know what she hosted the next year, and she the only one ain't doing comedy no more.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. I'm gonna tell you a story. I got to LA. I told you I got there like 97, 98. So I was doing comedy. I'm from Philadelphia. I was doing comedy in Philly. I did my 4 years of college. Now I'm out in LA. I'm in the big time. So I get out here and I got to find work. Somehow I was at this comedy club, this open mic, and another guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you're funny. What you do?" I said, "I just moved out here." He was like, "I said I'm looking for work." He said, "I'm work over at BET. You want to work for the? We're about to shoot the new season of Comic View. You want to come over? We're looking for PAs, like $250 a day." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Hell
I'll come."
Yeah.
So now I'm on the
a
year
lot of money back
Montana
then.
Taylor hosted.
Yeah, that was our year.
I'm the PA. and I, PAs, I'm just getting coffee, I'm doing fax machine, but I'm also a comedian, so I'm trying to convince the comics. I'm doing, I'm doing faxes and stuff like that. I'm trying to convince because Lavelle Crawford was there. It's like all these comics I grew up watching, and I'm trying to convince them, hey, I'm also a comedian too. I'm from Philly.
As you faxing some shit.
Yeah, cool. Go get us some coffee.
Yeah.
Go get some water.
But I remember my first job, my first day there, they set me up at the door. This was the day the comics was coming in. And my job was when the comics come in, take them upstairs so they can do their paperwork. So they said, sit by this door. The comics are going to start coming in. Just bring them upstairs so they can do their paperwork. And I always remember, I tell them this every time I'm nervous. The comics are coming. I'm like, all right, I'm waiting on them. The first comic walk up, Derek Ellis.
Oh, man.
Hey, man.
And that's exactly, hey, man, what's that? Is it a chicken spot around here, a fish spot around here? And I was like, I don't know.
He was new to the city, too. A
like,
lot of them coming from out of town.
I was like, I don't know nothing about that, but I got to take you upstairs. And every time I run into him, I say, you were the first comic that showed up that day, man.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Derek, something else.
And Montana Tiller.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, Curtis Gatson was the... Yeah, the boogeyman in Montana.
Boogeyman.
And what makes me, because I always ask, whatever happened to Montana Tiller? I remember that she hosted that year, and
never know.
Yeah.
She did some dates, and then she just, totally disappeared.
It bees like that.
It bees that way.
that
wasn't her real name, but I think her name was Ann something or Cheryl something or whatever, and I don't know what happened. And people often ask me that, and I'm like, I don't know what happened to her. We weren't that close or nothing. She was weird, really weird.
I know. I see. It's funny. We was talking about that last week with Tyree Elaine, young comic out of L.A. It's over the years. It's been a lot of female comics that just disappeared, and I remembered. And I was like, they just disappeared. Like, I'm like, what happened?
Some man took them out the game. Same way some of the men disappeared. It's all the same thing.
Women more so because we
you gotta have
we
babies.
gotta take care of the family and the babies, and we can't just get up and run like y'all do a lot of times. Whatever. We got kids. I have kids to raise. I have a son to raise. Had a son to raise at the time, so there was a lot of stuff that I couldn't do either.
Right.
Because my son was the most important thing at that time. So there was a lot of places I couldn't go, a lot of stuff I couldn't do. So, I did what I could but yeah, that's a lot of the reasons. Or some of them get Me Too. They get that Me Too movement and they can't handle it or it's too much. And, I'm looking at this girl and I want to delete her off of Facebook, but I can't because I feel so bad and I want to help her, but I can't either. And that's Arana Lopez.
Oh,
we don't know what's going on with
I tried to get on the show. I ran into her. It's funny that you.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
I watched it all happen. It's funny. I just say that's.
Remember, she's such a nice, pleasant girl.
2 years ago, I did the Brea Improv with her. That's when she was still and
That's when she was still what?
She was still solid. She was still on point.
Mentally, okay.
Mentally. Then I started hearing stories. People were like, "Hey, have you seen Arona? Have you been to her Facebook page or Instagram page?" I was like, "What?" Then I started going to it, and I was like, oh, my God. What is going on?
What is going on?
But I know some people who know her, some background, and we'll talk off air, but I kind of, some things that's going on with her, and it's comedy related, but we'll talk about that.
I'll pray for her. I just pray for her.
That's crazy.
I ran into her last time I seen her.
She was such a nice girl.
I was in L.A.
Positive,
and she was at the bus stop with all her luggage. She was at the bus stop, and I pulled over, talked to her, and she, you talk to somebody and it's not the same person, you can tell they gone. And I've seen that happen. It ain't just her. It's some comics we know.
A lot of us are mentally unstable anyway. It don't take but one or two things and we out of this bitch.
Yeah.
If I didn't discover smoking weed, I'd be on the bus stop with a suitcase talking to myself like, hope used to be.
That's it.
That and the grace of God, okay? That's about it. But other than that, this business is a beast. And if you do not have the wherewithal and the strength to endure it, it's going to eat you the fuck up.
Amen.
And sometimes you got to find something else to do like this, like podcast or even PA or work or punch up or warm up.
I got a moving company. I've been 16 years. I've moved people.
You move. I wish I had known. And stuff now I know. And so I'm just like, you just gotta. It's hard.
Me and Toby have this conversation because we go through our stuff, and it's just to stay I've seen comics, and I run into them, and it's a whole nother ball. I'm like,
People,
man, this industry,
they don't have no idea.
it's just so much pressure, man. It's like just trying to get an agent, and like Toby, you said, what's that analogy you used about this? It's like going to work, getting fired every day.
No. I mean, shit. It's like going to work. Like most people, they go, they start their career, they interview for a job, they get it, they work there, whatever. We go on interviews every day, and then also it's like, if no matter where if you work at Bank of America, you know what your paydays are. You get paid on whatever those dates are, 1st, 15th, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. We go to work every fucking night, and we don't know when we gonna get paid, if we gonna get paid, how we gonna get paid. Speaking of that, Honest John didn't even fucking get paid on the show he did in
he just posted
in
something.
Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know how the promoter's name. I was trying to put him on blast.
Oh, we need to put him on the Jakey promoters list.
Yeah,
Me and Shane started a Jakey promoters
I remember
page.
that. I remember. And some promoters got mad at y'all.
So?
I know.
But I mean, if you're not paying whoever, it was a brother in Charlotte, North Carolina, didn't pay Honest John and Alicia Cooper.
Recently?
Yeah,
just
recently.
over the weekend.
Honest John just posted, said, "Don't fuck with dude."
Yeah.
Oh, see if you can get the name.
That's what I was trying to.
Somebody is saying that they can't hear. Can y'all hear us? Somebody said they can't hear it. Maybe you need to fix your cricket, please. Fix your cricket.
Oh no, we good to go.
We're fine. Yeah, we'll find
cricket.
out. Let us know if you can hear us or not. It's funny. I remember me, Honest John, and Shang. We did a gig in Vegas, and I feel because I set the gig up. I had actually worked with this promoter before, and he always paid. Everything was good. This time, I don't know for
that's when they get you. They don't get you the
reason,
first time.
like the 5th time I worked with him, I didn't get a deposit. Like I just
it's always the time you don't do the rules.
I didn't get a deposit, and I bought Shang and Honest John there, and I feel bad, and I know who that promoter is, Biz Anderson out of Vegas.
He probably ain't doing it no more.
Wherever that motherfucker.
Nah, he ain't doing it no more.
I remember Shang wanted to take the TV out the hotel, like he was
If you put your credit card down, it ain't going.
No, it was on him. It wasn't.
Okay, even you offer incidentals. You go into it.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta put your
that was back in the day. They didn't have no incidentals.
That wasn't that long ago. Was how long ago?
About 7 years ago. But Honest John talked him out of it. Honest John was like, "Don't even
take the TV.
Yeah,
fuck around, go to jail,
Shane,
fucking with that.
Yeah, for $250 or $300 or something, unless it was a big paying gig. I've had my share.
Yeah, we've all had. It's just unfortunate, man. We had Corey Fernandez on here one time, and he told us he went to Australia and didn't get paid. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, that right there. Now that put a whole nother level on it.
I went to Anchorage, and a guy stiffed me on one of the shows, and I ended up not performing on the last show. He wouldn't even take me to the airport. Had to get other people to take me to the airport. The stories on the road is amazing. It helps you to grow. Every time I go through something, I come back home and I update my rider and put some more shit in there. Like these promoters who want to pick you up from the airport, parade you around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To all the barber shops and beauty shops. They're not coming. Can you do 5 minutes? Fuck no.
Hey, black promoters used to do that shit back in the day.
They still do.
Take by their uncle house.
Yeah, you told my grandmama she can't come, she bedridden, but I want her to meet you. Can you do 5 minutes? No, fuck your grandmama and stuff like that. She need to get her ass up and get a ticket to the show. I'm tired. Then get you to the hotel room. It's 7:30. Now I'll be back to pick you up by 8:30. Like wow.
No.
Yeah. So sometimes I go in a day in advance. I go in a day in advance because you never know the weather and things that are going on now. Try to get in a day in advance in case you have to do radio, podcasts, things like that. Yeah, definitely.
We did Memphis a couple years ago, and I told the promoter, mate, you got separate rooms, right? Separate rooms, right? Yeah. We get there, motherfucker, we in the same room. I was so fucking pissed.
We used to share rooms.
Nigga, you should have never told that story.
we used to share rooms.
That's when I was snoring. I ain't bring my breathing machine.
Oh, this motherfucker. Yeah,
that's what I was mad about. Hope I didn't bring my breathing machine.
What he was mad about,
in the room
what the fuck
myself.
was he? I'm the motherfucker that had to endure that shit. He talking about
what he brought your breathing machine regardless.
It was only a one-nighter. I'm thinking, one night? It's just,
you got sleep apnea?
Yeah, I got sleep apnea.
Yeah, that one night you be fuck around and die. Okay, keep playing with you. I have it too. They need to redo my machine. I'm gonna do it. Somebody said reintroduce ourselves. My name is comedian Hope Flood, Frankie Guerrera. Said reintroduce yourself, Toby.
Hey, Frankie, this is Toby. This is the Dope Dealer Podcast. This is Tobe Hixx, Jamal Doman, and the great Hope Flood, motherfucker. Where you been at?
He said he just tuned in.
Okay, Frankie.
Oh, and Derry said he can hear it good. So yeah.
Good. Okay.
Hey, so
hey, Mo Jones.
but
Yours ain't moving.
Well, it's just people waving and stuff
I
like
see.
that. Yeah, this comedy
And
game.
so you had to endure that snoring.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Pierre,
Hey, you know what? No, Jamal, like, hey, you would think that he weighs like 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, that's how he sound like
I've
he
been
weigh
kicked out
about
of a lot of
500.
houses.
I don't know how.
Girls' beds.
I mean, yeah, it's that shit. I remember we went to Iraq and we was they had us in a big ass tent with like 30 troops. And everybody was mad at that motherfucker. I mean, all the officers was mad. Motherfuckers couldn't get sleep. They had work to do.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Unreal.
I had to take a flight. I think it was from Philly to L.A. And I was just tired. And I was sitting in the middle row between two white lady, white guy. I don't even think they knew each other. We was just sitting. And I was just tired. I was out. I slept pretty much the whole 5 hours.
Nobody else did.
We landed. I remember I woke up, and when I tell you how both of them white people were looking at me like if it was nigga all over their face, they just, and I'm like, ooh, that was a good
That's
flight.
how I am.
And they looked at me like they had this look like,
I can't imagine you on a plane. Oh my.
I'm the same way. I have sleep apnea.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, man. I'm telling you, you would think he weighed 500 pounds.
But I got the machine on a humbug. I was dating this girl, and I just saw
it wasn't
she
no
was
humbug.
suffering.
It was God.
Yeah, I can tell she was suffering. She was a good girl, and I went to my doctor one day. I was like, hey man, because I heard some people said they had the machine. I said, I think I have sleep apnea. Can you and I got the machine, and
you
she
said
loved
sleep
me.
and acne, huh? Okay, go ahead.
Sleep apnea.
No, you had to take a sleep study.
Yeah,
test.
I did. I went.
Okay.
That's what I did. I did the sleep study test, and they was like yes, and they got the machine, and I have had the machine for about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, I've had. I didn't know what it was.
What does it do?
It's a man. Oh, go ahead. You want
to? Sleep apnea is. And the reason it's become very popular now, or whatever, is because the football player,
I know the foot. Yeah,
Rager White died from it.
Yeah,
and he was perfectly healthy. So they were like, something's going on, and say sleep apnea. And basically, it's where I think it is, because it used to be for being overweight, and you're not really overweight. It's an obstruction.
He was even skinnier when he did this shit.
Yeah, it's an obstruction either in your throat or in your nose. Because like right now I'm researching and going to the doctor to see, because I lost so much weight that it went down from I was a level 11, now I'm like a 4 and stuff. Wow. But I still have it, and I'm like, why do I still have it? But so now we're doing some stuff with the ENT doctor, because it has something to do with your ear, nose, and throat. But it's basically where you stop breathing.
Yes, you stop breathing,
and you lose oxygen to the brain, and when you stop breathing, it forces you to wake yourself up. So what the machine does is it blows air. Some people have to have the nose one and the mouth one. And what it does is blows air into those areas to open it up so you can breathe, so you can go to sleep and you don't snore.
Okay. See, I get that part, but see, because see, it wasn't the fact that when he lose track of his breath, it's the snoring that's fucking unbelievable with this nigga. He's unreal.
Yeah, no, I was bad too.
This nigga had the whole motherfuckers in the military was like.
You ain't got. I've been kicked out of enough bedrooms. I know.
No,
I mean, one time this girl made me go downstairs, sleep on the couch, and
still could hear it.
And she said, "Oh hell no, go home." I drove. She lived in the hood. I lived in the valley. I drove. I thought I was.
She
getting
let you
something.
take her car. Just take my car. Just leave.
I thought I was getting
Uber.
something.
You thought you was getting something. Not with that fucking.
Yeah,
snoring,
she
okay.
and we still laugh about that. I said, you sent me home 2 a.m. She was like, I wasn't gonna get no sleep. No. But it's funny. Some girls I date can handle it. Like, had no problem with it.
Yeah, because I snore, so it's like I could sleep through a tornado, so it don't even matter with me. I don't care what it is.
I used to think like that, being in prison and all the shit I've been through, but Jamal's a different beast.
Really, been in prison that didn't? Because usually in prison you deal with all kinds.
Yeah,
of people.
I mean, and we did, but I'm just saying Jamal is a different beast.
Yeah, and see the
that
guys I date,
unreal.
they all been in prison, so they don't give a damn. They just be like, okay, fine.
All right, so look, Hope, we know that you're funny. Some of our listeners may not have heard you before, so we're gonna play a little bit of your clip, man.
No
so,
doubt.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Hope Flood, the comedy stylist of Hope Flood.
Next lady coming to the stage, very, very funny lady, good friend of mine. LA's own. You've seen her on Comic View. You've seen her all over the country. She's on a tour right now with the very funny Lunel. Y'all put your hands together for LA's own Hope Flood.
Thank y'all for, what was that song? How y'all doing? Let me sit down because I'm old. How many people old? Oh, over 40 people. Clap if you're over 40. These 40s is kicking my butt. You can't eat nothing when you're over 40, can you? Everything have you on the toilet, don't it? I can't eat cheese. I can't drink milk. I'm in the shower. I get soap in my mouth. I'm on the toilet 3 days. I can't even eat soap. Gray hair everywhere. You catch me on a bad day, I might have a goatee up in here, okay? I tweeze all day. I got 400 pair of tweezers. Can't see nothing. I got a medium dollar store glasses. One to read, one to cook, one to drive. Then you be looking for them. They right on the top of your head. I'm old. You know you old when you on your cell phone and you looking for it at the same time. Be like, I can't find my cell phone. Kids playing this Candy Crush. Okay, bye. I got to find my cell phone. Bye, bye. I got to sit down because my knees are messed up. My knees are toe up. I'm at the club. Young brother said, Hope, I want you to drop it like it's hot. I said, I can't drop it like it's hot. I can fall like it's lukewarm. I'm old. You know you old when you get in the bed and you can't get out the bed? Remember you used to just hop out the bed. Now you got to, what's that hawking at night? What is that? Every day at 3:30, I got to take a nap. Every day at 3:30. Oh. You know you're when you walk in the club, you be like, why is the music so loud? Ooh, they doing a whole bunch of cussing in them songs. What time is it? 7:30? Ooh, I got to get home. Y'all ain't got no couches in here? I got to pee. I don't know if y'all really know me. I'm not a clean comedian, so I'm really, really trying to work this out for y'all, okay? Lord be offense. Lord be offense. So I came up with the 8 jokes I can really tell y'all. If you want to see my real act, I'll be at the J Spot. In about 30 more minutes. I got to sit down and gain a lot of weight, y'all. I done gained a lot of weight. I've been on a diet. I've been eating Subway. Forget y'all. They said if you eat Subway, you'll lose weight. I ain't lost a pound messing with that Subway. I can't wait for Jared to get out of jail. I'm going to beat him up again. They know black women can't digest all that bread. This is a 6-inch cold cut trio right here, okay? Then you go to Subway, they don't even want to give you no cheese, do they? You got to play them like a blackjack game. Hit me, hit me, hit me. This ain't y'all cheese. Give us some cheese.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hope
That's
flood.
Oh,
my clean
flood.
set at the church.
Yes, yes. That's what.
I do clean too sometimes, y'all.
How would you?
Yeah, I remember we did at Wanda's room last year.
Oh, that's right. We
yeah.
did last at the West
That's
Angeles.
about 6 months ago.
People be
8
nervous
months
when I
ago.
go. They be like nervous. I was like, I am not gonna let y'all lose Christian shit.
People used to do that with me too. They used to be nervous when I
Yeah.
first started doing them.
Yeah,
Clean
and
gigs.
that's like I said
Like,
again,
relax.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself by not doing it. And then you never know.
You ain't messing up
somebody
that money.
No,
You ain't
and
messing up that
I'm
clean
not,
money.
No,
Well, I'm not
no.
gonna disrespect my friends who book me on these shows.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, that would be
At
ridiculous.
Wanda, that's her thing, and she's been doing it. She's been my friend. She's one of the first women I saw in comedy as well. When I first started, and she was out there already on doing BT After Dark and all those little shows and things like that. So we've been friends 30 years. I would never mess that up for her.
Yeah, I remember some. I don't think. Yeah, there's been a couple instances where cats went on their lunch and just start cussing at the church. Like, come on, y'all.
Never. They ain't gonna run tell my pastor, okay? Because they all these pastors are friends. And like one of your members, she be like, I already know. My pastor's a female. She like, I already know. And then she be calling me up to lay hands on me and shit at the church and stuff.
Now, how would you explain your comedy style? Do you have a style,
Yeah.
or you? How would you explain it?
My comedy is basically a conversation with my girlfriends on stage. That's it in a
interesting,
nutshell.
yeah.
It's a conversation with my girlfriends on stage. So I sit down and we just talk shit, and I get a lot of my jokes from my girlfriends. You know, so when I'm trying to work out bits, I'll go to the comedy club, but I'll go to a girlfriend's house. I'll go to a baby shower, a bridal shower, just hang out with my girls. And if they laugh, I'm like, okay, it's gonna work, because 90% of the audience is women.
That's
That
true.
is true.
That's true. A lot of people don't realize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 90%
that
is
90.
women.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least.
that's why relationship material always
works. And I've seen male comedians say really mean things about women and just alienate themselves, and the women just shut down. That happened at the San Manuel one time with Shang, and this comedian went up and he was two white girls sitting in the front, and he said something about, yeah, I dated a big fat white girl, and it was like, even the black girl, everybody was just like, this is just dark and ugly. It wasn't even funny, you know, whatever. And he just struggled. He struggled. And, you know, when you're doing the Laugh Factory, those things, you got to do your time, whether you bomb it or not.
Yeah, we spoke about San Manuel. Yeah, we missed that spot. Yeah, that was a classic room.
It was. I think I am the only in the history of it, I'm not bragging, but Shang said this, I think I'm only the one of two comedians who's ever got a standing ovation there.
Whoa. And that's a hard room.
Well, I had to come, and I had to come behind that guy that night. So I'm like, okay, I'm a female. I got to represent. You talking about pressure? I had to represent for the ladies, and ended up doing it and getting a standing ovation, because that's my material. Like I said, my comedy is a conversation with my girlfriends on stage. Yeah.
I miss that room.
Yeah, San Manuel was a great spot.
What you think about the game today? I know it's changed.
It's changed a lot.
It's changed in a good way, bad way?
In a good way. I think.
What's the things you like?
I just love. I love watching other comedians, and I love watching growth in other comedians. I hate to see comedians that I grew up with in the game, and they're still telling those same jokes from 15, 20 years ago. And I'm like, I had to tell one comic. He called me the next day, and he says, well, how did I do? I said, okay, permission to speak honestly. He was like, that's why I called you. I was like, okay. I said, you're 50 years old. You've been married. You've had kids. You're divorced. I said, you got scared and reverted back to what you knew worked, instead of, I wanted to hear your growth. I wanted to hear what's going on in your life now. I said, you have a lot from 20 years ago that has happened to you, and why are you not writing about that? And so he was cool with it. He accepted that, and you know. And next time I saw him, he killed. So it was like,
that's cool.
You know, So it's just one of those things. I'm concerned about these internet comedians with all these videos and things. I'm not knocking them. I think that they need a lane, and it's not stand up. I think they need their own lane into something else, because those skits cannot transfer to stand up. You know, so where do they go? And they're getting all this money in these comedy clubs because they have all these followers. And these promoters, I don't understand you promoters. Just because somebody got 250,000 followers don't mean they all in Atlanta or Detroit or Chicago. So what does that mean? You know, and so they're booking them and giving them all this big money, and they can't follow anybody because those skits are not stand-ups. But what I tell stand-up comedians, don't panic. True stand-up comedy will always prevail. Just wait.
That is true.
Just wait for it. If they don't get a real act, they're not gonna last.
It's funny you say that. It's should I even say this girl name? It's an Instagram comedian, popular. I'm not familiar with her, but she has a lot of followers. So they brought her to Philly. My friend promoter out of Philly brought her to do a big show with Earthquake, and Michael Blackson was on the show.
Are you talking about Just Hilarious?
No, but
okay.
Toya Turner.
I heard about her.
Yeah. So they bring her to Philly. It was my mother's birthday, so I bought my mother a ticket. I didn't go. I'm in LA, but so the next day I hit my mother. I said, "How was the show?" She said, "It was great. I had fun." I said, how did everybody do?" She said, "Oh, Earthquake killed it. Michael Blackson did good." She said, "I didn't like the girl, Toya Turner," and she said she got booed. I was like, "What?" And then I talked to other people who went to the show. And she got booed. Even the promoter, my friend, the promoter, he said, "Yeah." He said, "I even got up and walked out." They
book them because they think that they're going to bring people and followers, but they still got to be funny.
Yeah. And then the next day, like I said, I don't really follow this girl, but just my interest, my interest was peaked. I went to her Instagram page the very next day just to see, you know, she had pictures of her at the show. I just wanted to see what the followers would say. And really, a lot of them who were at the show, some people were like, "Oh, you did good last night. That crowd was just a little bit too mature for you.
Mature for you?
Or you did, and nobody, and I'm like, no wonder, that's not why she's not getting funny, because y'all gassing her up. Y'all not telling her the truth. That she
And
buying.
some of them, if you tell them the truth anyway, it don't matter. They gonna do what they want to do anyway. But I think it comes with time in the business and stuff. It's, it's like all these comedians who think they're going to jump over somebody else. I mean, this business is like your age. You 11 to you 12, you 12 to you 13. You don't jump from 13 to 20, and you shouldn't, because you need to mature. There's some things that need to happen, whatever, and you shouldn't want to, because you get it too fast and you fuck it up. Hollywood is very unforgiving, and they don't forget. They'll forget the good shit, but they will not forget all your bad shit. And so you have to just take your time. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon in my Nipsey Hussle voice.
True.
This is a marathon. And like Lunel says, you have to love this so much that if you couldn't do it, you'd rather die. That's how much you have to love it. So it can't just be about the money. It can't be about those things. It has to be for the love of the art. And even with comedians, I tell them all the time, we are ministers of laughter. It's like when people go to church, they go to church to hear the word. They go to church to hear their favorite song or whatever that's going to help them. People come into the comedy club for the same reason. And it is our job to make them feel comfortable and heal them for the time that they are there. That is really our job. And I charge every comedian to always put that in your first mind, that people are hurting.
Yes.
Ain't shit funny right now. And it's a hard job to get up there with the climate of the world and the things that are happening in the world today. For us to get up there and make people laugh about it is we have to be geniuses to do it. And so I think that's our job. I think our job is to make people laugh, because people are hurting. And people need to forget about whatever they're going through just for a couple of hours.
Yeah, that is true.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So what you got going? What's this High Hopes? What is that?
High Hope is my cannabis business.
All right now.
Yes.
High Hope.
High
Yes,
Hopes.
High Hopes.
If you guys want to hear, go to highhopes.biz, and I make all of my products. I make everything with organic shake. It has no pesticides in it. I can infuse and medicate anything, because it is medicine. And our slogan is, we are healers, not dealers. I don't sell weed. I mean, I can get it for you, but I'm just saying, I don't sell weed, but I do mostly all edibles. I call them medibles, and it's all medicinal medication to help us to heal. California was the first state for it to go legal. People need to realize that these prescription drugs will never heal you. Exactly. It is putting a bullet on a Band-Aid. I mean, a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
So you actually make them yourself?
I make everything.
So how long have you been making
I had a girl
medibles?
who taught me how to make the butter. Once you learn how to make your butter and your sugar and your oil, then you just follow the recipes and stuff. So I make everything. I don't make it from scratch, because I'm really not a cook, but I like to bake. It's very therapeutic, but I like to do it because I know that whoever eats this, they're going to heal, they're going to get high, and they're going to feel good about their lives and stuff. So I study this thing. I'm in the business. I'm hoping to get my own medical truck, like they have food trucks. I want my own truck. And
what's the law with that? Because I've seen some of those trucks, and I'm like, I wonder what the law is with that. Have you checked that out?
They don't. No, you haven't seen a cannabis
Cali.
truck and stuff. Maybe in other states and stuff. They're really doing Cali a bad service. Once it went legal. When it went recreational, we voted for recreational. We didn't read the fine print. We just read that you could grow 9 plants at your house. That's weird. Everybody gonna start growing shit at the house. You have to know how to do it. And so we just saw that and voted yes for it recreationally. We didn't understand. We didn't read the fine print, and what it made the dispensaries have to do is get compliant. And when you go into the dispensary, the taxation of it's now
and the packaging
30.
And all that
of that they have to take.
Some of the spots, the packaging look like it costs more than the bud.
Yeah, and they're upset too, because they're not making as much money. Who wants to tax somebody on 5 grams of weed? Now your $25 weed that went to
$27.83.
No, it's like $35 now.
Yeah.
It's 30% tax and stuff. And so all of that is just really.
There's still
fucking
some
this
spots
game
that
up.
don't tax.
Well, they're not compliant.
No, yeah, they they ain't
They're gonna
compliant.
the
Them
feds
the
are
ones
gonna
I
come
had
and
to,
shut
them
down.
the ones I've been fucking with.
Yeah, those, and they don't care. You
I-
just show your ID,
yeah.
you walk in, you don't have to be a patient or anything. But all of those places are going to get shut
Yeah,
down
yeah.
eventually. The feds are going to come in and shut all those places down that are not compliant. They just have a matter of time. That's why when you go in them, you don't see that much weed on the shelves and stuff, because they'll come in and literally tell them they have 5 or 10 minutes to grab up all their shit and get out of here.
Yeah.
And so I got into this business to help heal people. So I'm pushing cannabis. You need, now there's CBD, which is called cannabinoid, and that is the healing component of the plant. It doesn't get you high, but it gives you a slight euphoric feeling because there's still a little bit of THC in it. You can't extract it all from the plant. And it also is for your anxiety and to help you to relax. And people don't know when you're in pain, and I'm not just talking about physical, I'm talking about mental pain.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm talking about trauma from PTSD, from being molested or raped or car accidents or watching stuff on television that really causes trauma, you know, whatever. You don't know when you don't have trauma and you're relaxed, you don't know what that feeling is, and it gives you a euphoric feeling. And then
Yeah.
THC, I can't pronounce it. It's the tetra, whatever THC stands for. That is what gives you the high euphoric feeling. If you have cancer, the two have to work together to heal cancer.
I mean, people don't understand the pain thing. I mean, I've had chronic pain for 15 years, and like, you know, people that have known me for years and know what I deal with and the shit that I go through and how I have to combat it. And, you know, every day I got to start my day a certain way, because I have the type of pain that if I stay as stress-free as possible and start my day a certain way, never in a rush, never, you know, running around or in traffic stuck or whatever and frustrated, then I can combat it. And go through maybe a day without pain, but once it starts, I'm stuck with it that whole
But
day.
you should smoke every day.
Oh, I do.
You
I
smoke
do.
all day.
He
every day.
does.
You should vape.
Yeah.
You should vape. You should have ointments. You should start with CBD. You know, whatever, just to help with that anxiety and to sleep at night. I have an indica pen. Indica is for pain and helps you to relax. Sativa keeps you up.
Yeah, I
and
like
then there's
indica.
the hybrid, which is a head and body high.
I
And then you
smoke
have
indica.
your CBD. Yeah, you need to smoke indica all day, every day. Maybe indica with a sativa back on it. So if you have to function, you're not sleepy all day, every day and everything. So yeah. And so I've been educating myself on the whole healing. If you go to my site, highhopes.biz, there's scriptures and that I put up there that I posted where Jesus used cannabis to heal people. It's been around for 100,000 years. The Indians used it. That was what the peace pipe
that's what the peace pipe was.
and everything. But Jesus, when he made the salve to make the blind man see, it was cannabis, and it was called cannabosum, or strange plant. And so it's been around for years and years and years and years and everything. And so it's just now legal. It's legal in 31 states now. And so I travel with it. I take it everywhere I go. And
Said Jesus was healing with
Jesus
weed.
was
Boy,
healing
my
back in the day.
grandmother hear that shit, she'll faint.
Tell her and show her. Check it to my site. Ezekiel, all of those, they have all that in there and stuff. And then I have my lip glitter business.
Oh yeah, I was on that.
This is my lip glitter. I have it on right now. This is called Miss Parker, after my granddaughter, and it's Hope Lips with 2s's.com. And it's lip glitter. It's not lipstick. So you put it over your lipstick or lip gloss or Carmex or Vaseline, and it's lip glitter. And what I'm promoting.
Does that come off easy for the men?
It
Like
doesn't come
when
off
the women
easy.
get it on them?
No, you have to take it off. You have to wipe it off. But what I'm doing is promoting glitter dick around the country and trying to cut down on side bitches. So basically, how it works is you go to your man, you suck his dick, he's got glitter on his dick, a ring around his dick, and then you try to go to side bitch house, and she be like, "You got a bitch, you got glitter on your dick, and that's Hope Lip Glitter," and that's how I'm just doing my part, ladies. I'm trying to help.
Yeah,
them.
wow. Well, maybe if the man had glitter dick, he wouldn't be going to the side. But I see that's the problem. They don't have the glitter dick.
That's
what
right.
make 'em
That's
go.
right. So men buy
So,
it for
yeah.
their women a lot of times.
Are these the
Women buy it.
flavors?
These are all the different colors. Yeah.
Barack. Oh, these the colors.
These are all
Pussy
the
Lips, Scandalous, She Ready, Girls Night Out, Miss Parker, Bad and Bougie, Purple
Damn.
Rain, Oh Sheila, Flame, Idris.
Hey,
Hey,
Lunel.
Lunel.
To my girlfriend Lunel. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Wow, that's creative there with the yeah, that's beautiful with the lip gloss.
Yes, and stuff. And this is my drink.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that.
This is my drink inspired by my boy. This is my partner, Super Cuz. This is called Mary Jane Moonshine.
Oh, this is what you was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a shot.
I met him.
Yeah, this is a shot, and it has 5 stages. It gets you hot, it gets you high, it gets you hungry, it gets you horny, and then it's the best sleep of your life.
Did you have this, Toby?
Yeah, I've had
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I had it.
If you have insomnia, it helps with that end too.
Oh, that's what's up. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, I
man. You
got
just
a lot
staying
going on.
busy, man.
Trying to work.
That's what's up, man. So tell everybody where can they find you at and everything.
At Hope.Flood on Instagram, Hope Flood on Facebook, hopeflood.com. You can go to highhopes.biz, hopelips with 2 S's.com if you want to order lip glitter or anything like that. Graduations are coming, proms and stuff, lip glitter and all that stuff. And I'm on my way to the Comedy Union for the Kim and Kim show. Kim Coles and Kim Whitley.
Yeah.
I'm going to start probably doing some writing for Kim Whitley, and I'm going to do a little set. She asked me to do some time.
That's
so,
what's
yeah,
up. I moved the Doman Cheap Movers. She's a happy Doman Cheap Movers customer. I moved
Is
into
she?
a new house.
In her new house in Tarzana. I just
Yeah.
was there yesterday
Yeah, I
for.
moved-
She
I
didn't
moved all
invite
the
you.
comics
She
up.
didn't invite you over for Memorial.
No, man, I'm
A big spread.
Oh, see,
Our
yeah.
share.
I'm
Oh,
gonna have
there was
to text.
so much food.
I'm gonna have to text. See, that's where. See,
That's y'all missed it. It
was.
was so much food. It
I'm-
was so amazing. I whooped everybody's ass in Domino's. I kept
Oh,
telling them Amarosa.
what?
I whooped Amarosa's ass
Oh,
in
so
Domino's.
I'm Spades. I'm a
and-
Spades person.
No,
I'm a
I'm sorry, not
Domino's.
I'm Spades. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Spades?
Spades.
Okay.
I whooped everybody else in Spades. I kept telling them I've been to prison. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
they started laughing. I said I've been to jail. This is what we do. Okay, when you gotta, when your life depend on winning this game.
Yeah,
and
I'm a
shit, you learn how to-
dominologist.
And I was at Jamie Foxx's house on Easter. I whooped every nigga in Domino's. I kept telling them I've been to prison.
Now, how was you did a show with Trayvon Martin's parents?
Yes, I did.
How was
Her
that?
mom and dad. Yeah, his mom and dad. She does. This was her 6th annual Circle of Women, Circle of Mothers, and it's for women coming from all over the country who have lost their sons and daughters to senseless gun violence. And she decided to do a comedy show, and she'd been doing a comedy show for the last 2 years or so. And so I was invited to come, and it was an amazing time. I got to meet both his parents and his brother and
That's
aunties
right.
and
His
everybody
brother's like
that.
a lawyer right now.
He's
didn't he?
he's
Or
in
law
New
school?
York.
Yeah.
Took
And his-
pictures with him. He looks just like him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
older.
And
Very,
it was just a report that his mother's gonna run for office somewhere.
in Miami or Fort Lauderdale or
Yeah.
so. Amazing lady. Ayanna Van Zant was the keynote speaker.
That's what's up.
And we had a marvelous time. A shout out to my boy Marvin Dixon for hooking that up. for me.
Hey, Marvin Dixon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marvin Dixon. That's
Yes.
one of my. That's the homie down there.
Yes, he is.
That's the homie. He's Mr. Miami down
Yes,
there,
he
man. That's what's up, man. Well, okay. So anything else coming up? Yeah, any gigs or something? I see you on the road a lot. I see you
I
working.
work, I work.
Yeah,
I just text 89 promoters today. It was like, book me. I
got-
need work. And
yeah.
so it's all coming along. We go to New York at the end of August and work and doing some stuff in Ohio and things. I'm
You
off
talked
for about a
to
month.
Teray out of Philly about doing his Wednesday night. Warm Daddies, Teray out of Philly, hit him up.
And Teray I don't know. I'll hit him up. We just don't, he a little.
Teray get it. Yeah, he get it. But I'll take. He got to bring you to. It's a
Yeah,
great-
I
it's
would
a
love
great
to do it.
room.
I get all the
Yeah.
emails. I would love to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time. Sometimes you just gotta make amends with folks. And
Oh,
sometimes
yeah,
you
yeah.
misunderstood, or,
Yeah.
or you speak too much truth to people and they can't.
And sometimes
handle
they
it.
might not even remember what they
Yeah,
did or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
he's a Cancer. He remembers. I'm a Cancer. He remembers.
That
Trust me,
is
we don't
true.
forget shit.
That is true. Paul, you laughing over there hard about the cancers. What you know about them?
He's a
Okay.
Cancer. We don't forget a
That's Paul, our
motherfucking thing.
engineer, right there.
We don't forget shit.
That's
No, but I'm gonna reach out to Toure because I like him.
you was at the Uptown.
I was at the Uptown last
yeah.
but 2 weeks ago. I did Don DC Curry's radio podcast. Was amazing. I went in there and shut his shit down because I was doing it with Bo P. And he says,
Bo P.
He said,
Damn, I ain't seen him in a
Don
minute.
has one and he don't let the ladies talk and they this and that. I said, oh really? I canceled my flight. I said, I'm gonna come in here and shut Don shit down. Then I made him take all of us to Waffle House afterward. We had an amazing time. I love Don. Shout out to DC Curry. I
Yeah,
love him.
Don DC Curry, man. I remember a guy was trying to book Don DC like in Jersey. He hit me up. I was like, hey man, I set you up with his people, but I'm gonna let you know, Don they ain't coming for $500.
No,
Yeah.
He's like, man, I book him, man. Just set me up with his people. He called me. I set him up with his people. He called me back. He's like, man, I didn't know he was that expensive.
Yeah.
I said, I'm trying to tell you,
I
man.
tell you, he's not cheap. These
I
guys
try-
aren't
shit,
cheap.
them
They all
suits
know
ain't
them.
cheap.
Them suits ain't cheap.
Yeah,
And he Don already a millionaire.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, him and his brother have a construction company in Atlanta. They've built things at the airport. Don was a Dodger years and years ago, whatever. He's got old money.
Yeah, it's funny. We worked that Memphis show. We
Damn,
worked
I
with
didn't know
Shucky.
he was a Dodger.
Yeah, he used to play professional.
Did you know that,
Nah,
Jamal?
I had no idea. He looked like he'd knocked the shit out of a baseball, though. He
Used
looked.
to play.
I didn't know he was a Dodger.
That Memphis show we work with Shucky Ducky.
Yeah,
Ducky.
Shucky
Quack,
Ducky.
quack.
Yeah, we worked with
Yeah.
him in Memphis.
Awesome.
That
At
Memphis
Chuckles?
show. No, we did. It was a private.
private,
event.
oh,
Somebody
yeah.
flew us down there.
Awesome,
Had
awesome.
a homegirl down there. It was all.
Okay, cool.
It was what was that religion? It was a bunch of Jehovah Witnesses. We did. That was.
Oh, no,
we
y'all
did a show
didn't.
for You
How
know,
was
they
that?
laugh at everything, but you
Yeah.
just can't cuss. They don't. They
Okay.
don't play the cussing. But
Okay.
anything else.
And Don did that?
that was
No,
Shucky
man.
Ducky.
Shucky did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
No,
oh,
you
that
talking about a
wasn't-
different show.
I'm talking
I
about a
didn't do-
different show. Okay,
Yeah,
that was
Shucky
with your
Ducky.
homie.
We didn't do no Jehovah Witnesses.
I'm thinking
with
that I
Shucky
went down
Ducky.
there by myself. I went with Sunset.
This nigga don't even smoke weed.
It was Memphis. I just had two shows mixed up.
Yeah,
Got
this
it.
nigga don't even
Okay.
smoke weed.
But listen, man, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all. When
we're
Toby
so
hit me
glad.
up, I was like, absolutely.
Please, and we're gonna
Not
start
a
doing
doubt.
like a Dope Dealer podcast live shows.
Okay.
We're trying to set that up now, so
Okay,
you
yeah,
definitely.
this is
you're,
hot.
you're always. It's an open invitation to you.
I love it.
Anytime.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Anytime.
Just hit me up if I'm around. Tuesdays are good days.
Yeah.
And stuff. I'm around. I'm usually in town. Usually don't leave until Thursdays.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Just let me know. I would love to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hope Flood.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hope Flood. That's what's up, man. So listen, everybody, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Dope Dealers Podcast. That's Dope Dealers with an S podcast. And of course, you follow me at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
At Tobe Hixx, TOBEHIXX.
We have a phone number that you can call if you want to get in contact with us.
818-335-2065.
One more.
818-335-2065.
Definitely, man. You got anything coming up this week?
Oh man, we
Toby?
chilling this week in LA this week. Episode 67. This was wonderful.
Yeah, this was episode 67, man. We just moving and grooving. We thank you guys out there listening to us,
Yeah,
supporting us,
man.
man. Everybody just showing us love, man. We really appreciate you, and keep spreading the word. Just tell a friend. Somebody was just on your page, a driver, trucker from Texas City. He's on a road listening to us, man. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
growing. It's growing.
It's definitely growing, and we're gonna start doing live Dope Dealer podcast shows. So
Across the country.
God willing, we'll be coming to your city soon. So please spread the word, man. Definitely. Shout out to our sponsor this week, Doman Cheap Movers. Doman Cheap Movers, the #1 moving company in San Fernando Valley. Listen,
Is that the sponsor every week?
yes,
No,
pretty
not
much.
every week.
Not every, but pretty much. It's the permanent sponsor.
Yeah.
Doman Cheap Movers, the #1. If you need a move,
They'll make it smooth.
see, that's how we do.
Do you have, and I'm not trying to be racist and stuff, is it only black people or do y'all have some Hispanic people working?
No, sometimes it's me, but I have my workers are Hispanic. Yeah.
Oh, good, because
my
they
number
work.
My number one guy name is Edgar. He's actually from El Salvador.
Okay.
He been with me for about 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved from Long Beach.
He live over there with us.
I moved from Long Beach to downtown, and I had stuff I had to take to like 2 different spots.
Yeah.
And I had my car, and I was like, I'm not renting no truck.
Yeah.
So I went to like Home Depot or U-Haul, got me like 3 Hispanic guys, and they had their own truck. When
Yeah.
I tell you, just watching them pack the shit on the
Yeah.
truck was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was an
yeah.
art form within
Yeah.
itself
Yeah.
on how they did it, and then roped all that
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
around.
It's a
Nothing fell off.
It's technique. It's
Yeah,
technique
it's
how
a
you
technique,
do it. Yeah.
and then they packed my car up because they were like, "We're not making that many trips," and I had to drop off furniture to this part,
Yeah.
that part, and they did it all for like I gave them $300. They were like,
Oh, yeah.
thank you."
Yeah.
But we moved from like 2 to like 11. I was like, "Ain't no black people gonna do this shit right
Oh,
here."
no. Niggas
Without
would have
talking
cussed you out.
shit.
Niggas
Oh,
would have
but-
been done. I got to go get my
Hold up.
key.
You said 2 to 11
It would-
for $300
For three
Oh, yeah,
people and they own truck.
you can't call Doman Cheap Moves. We ain't not
Yeah,
that. We ain't working
yeah.
8 hours for $300.
Yeah.
And it was 3 of them, so they all got like $100 a piece.
Oh, they was happy with that.
And I filled their truck up, cost me $33.
Oh, they was happy
You know,
with that.
and I think we only made maybe 2 trips to Long Beach, and that was it. They did an amazing
damn.
job.
Yeah, that's
wow.
what's-
So I was
that's-
like, "This what I got." They were like, first I said $250, and they were like, Then I gave them a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
stuff that they could sell as well
Yeah,
or do
yeah.
whatever. So I did that.
Oh,
and then-
I come up on a lot of my whole
Oh,
apartment
God.
is furniture I didn't came up on for the
This
people.
nigga.
No, because people just want to get rid of stuff.
They
Yeah.
just want to get rid. They can't take it to the place. Either they're going up or they're going to a new place. They don't want to take.
Yeah,
old
I wish
stuff.
I wish I had a place that I can just store it and then sell.
Well, you
'cause
should-
some stuff I
Have
turned
you
down
heard of
because I don't.
OfferUp?
Yeah, but it's like I'm in a 2-bedroom. I don't have no like if somebody give me a big dresser, I can't just have this thing
Rent
sitting
a
in my
small
living room.
storage.
Rent a small storage and put it in there, and then just have people take pictures of it, post it on your market, your Facebook. I buy a lot of stuff from people on Facebook Marketplace.
I got some
put it on your Facebook.
I got some stuff on
Yeah,
Offer Up
man.
now, and it's been
Offer
sitting
Up.
up there for a while. A couple people
But
inquired, but
maybe
no-
it's you overbidding for it. Just get the shit away.
I'm selling for cheap. Anyway, listen,
I'll be
we
on
love
call for
you. We
2,
love
3
you
o'clock in the
guys, man.
morning.
We love you guys, man. Check us out, please. Keep supporting us. Love you guys. Dope Dealers.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
Yeah.